Cinnabon is in a slumber right now. Yes, he's very relaxed. And I mentioned in a previous video a story of my brother and I. We saw a movie. Long story short, we saw a movie. At the end of the movie, they were giving away theatrical movie posters, actual double-sided posters. They're double-sided. One side is reversed because they shine a light through the poster, and they don't. If it wasn't double-sided, it would look really messed up if you just think about it for a minute. It's kind of weird to think about, but anywho, they were giving away posters on a table, and I went to grab a couple 50 Shades of Grey posters just to prank people with or whatever, and I ended up spilling probably, like 20 of them on the floor, and everyone kind of looked at me, and it looked really funny because here's this 20-year-old or 20-so-year-old guy, spilling tons of 50 Shades of Grey posters. They probably thought, what a pervert. So I basically okay, whatever. So I grabbed a stack of them, and my brother and I promptly left. We had probably 20 between the two of us. So here it is. Here's one of them. Somebody wanted one, and because I have so many, I just basically give them away to people. It's just kind of weird. As a joke, I thought about bringing one to Hobby Lobby and having them frame it. It's really weird. I've never seen the movie, so I can't recommend it. My brother has seen it, I think, and he said that the actress was a really bad actress, and that's why he didn't like it. I don't know about the content, but I guess there's a bunch of sequels. I've never seen any of them, but I have a ton of posters. So anyway, to continue the story, which I said before, so if you've already heard the story, you probably don't need to watch a video, but you can if you want. It's really weird, but we were driving back with a ton of posters in my Ford Explorer. We're at the gas station. I was kind of being a dork and showing my brother how in my older Explorer you can actually turn off all the headlights to where you have zero lights. And a lot of newer vehicles, for safety reasons, don't let you turn off all the exterior vehicle lights. So I was turning them on and off a couple times at the gas station while I'm stopped, right before I took off after pumping gas. And as I drove off, a young woman dressed kind of light for this season approached my vehicle and promptly kind of darted back to her corner spot or whatever after she noticed I was leaving. And we had both came to the realization that I had inadvertently summoned a prostitute by blinking the lights. And we thought how weird it would be if that was a sting operation and they saw me leaving, if they were to pull me over, and if I was by myself and they found me with all these 50 Shades of Grey posters, it would definitely not help the case. But I was honestly just flashing the headlights, and it was one of those things where if it didn't happen to you and somebody told you that, and if they got in trouble for it or suspected of trying to do something, nobody would believe them, because who just turns their headlights on and off a few times to show somebody else that you can do that on an older vehicle? Nobody really does. And some new vehicles do it too, but that would be a story nobody would believe. Which leads me to a point is, this is probably, I'm not a lawyer, but generally if you're in trouble and even if you're innocent, sometimes it's advisable not to talk to the police at all, and not consenting to any searches at all. Just lawyering up, or don't say a word and hope they don't bother you. So I guess that's a lesson for some people. If that were to be a sting operation, if I were to be pulled over, they could have said I, attempted to solicit a prostitute, saw police, that were undercover, and then fled. So I don't know how well that I don't know how well that will hold up in court, but that is the truth of what happened. I'm glad my brother was there as a witness, and ended up with a bunch of sweet posters. They are double-sided. I think they're worth like $20. I usually just give them away to people. I'm not going to ship them, so please don't ask. You can probably find them on eBay if you want one, but it'd be kind of weird and be more of a social experiment if we bring it to Hobby Lobby. I have brought, I'll show you something equally strange. This is an unusual size poster. I brought this to Hobby Lobby to get framed, and they were pretty cool about it. One of the guys there was asking me strange questions about it. He's like, how fast does it fire? I'm like, I don't know what you mean by that. Like, rounds per minute, it's like around 800, or how fast the bullets go, which I'm sure is several thousand feet per second. But this also, I think, was framed at Michael's. This was a gift from my aunt. It's a Revenge of the Sith, one of my favorite, if not favorite, Star Wars movies. So that was a gift from my mom several years ago. I've always wanted it to go in my house, and now I have a house. So that's the story of the 50 Shades of Grey poster. If you wanted to hear it, it's a weird story. This is supposed to be a family-friendly channel, and because these were displayed in a movie theater prominently, and don't really show. I mean, they're not really even kissing at that point. So, I mean, this is pretty family friendly. It's weird. Maybe I'll call this video 50 Shades of Cinnabon, even though he's a nice golden ginger cat. And I'm sure he wouldn't want to watch that movie either. Because we watch a lot of action and comedies, thrillers, pretty much dramas, science fiction. You know, we stick to the kind of the typical guy movies, don't we? Yeah. Although we do occasionally watch the Twilight Saga. Don't we? Do you think he is Team Edward or Team Jacob? I would have to guess, being a cat, he would be Team Edward, because Jacob is a wolf, which is basically a dog. And I'm sure Cinnabon doesn't like dogs or wolves, coyotes, the like, foxes, any type of dog-like animal. Don't you? I bet you are a Team Edward, because I don't think vampires are going to be eating a kitty cat. Although the Cullen family might, because they're vampire vegetarians, if you will. They don't eat people. I don't think they'd attack a kitty, though. Look how cute he is. Well, I got really off subject, but that was a fun video. Kind of weird. But, yeah, that's a 50 Shades of Grey poster. Double-sided. And that's a Cinnabon. And somehow they're related. Not at all, but hey, I'm having fun right now. So I hope you are too, and I hope you have a nice evening. Thank you, and goodbye.